Alright guys, I wanted to introduce you to the ribs pack. This is a small version. I got it in green. I guess that's the color it comes in. I've got two of these. I got one in the larger size and one in this size. And the reason I really wanted it was for boundary waters, so that I can carry my map, compass, whatever I need right here, and it's easy access. I'm not going to do a review on them yet because I've only had them a little while. But I can say that it's extremely comfortable and easy to, fit. And I also have my backpack on back there. And you can see it's not in the way of the waist belt, not in the way of the shoulder straps at all. Shoulder straps ride right over top of the other straps. I don't feel confined at all. I can move, I can do whatever I need to do. It doesn't constrict me at all with the combination of backpack and rib straps. I had my tripod that the camera's actually sitting on inside of here. It's a little miniature tripod. Also got my camera, gloves, first aid kit, knife, saw, flashlight, fire steel, Victorinox Farmer, and Leatherman Juice KF4, and my little GP4L pocket radio. And I got all that in one side, all the stuff I'm holding, which, so you can tell, it's got a lot of pocket space. And I'll show you more on it when I go to do the review. But I've also got a pocket here that's, you got your main pocket back here. You got another one up here on the front that I got my cigarettes in. So, and then all I need is a water bottle pocket on my sides, and I'm good to go. But like I said, this is for the boundary waters. And when I go to do the review on this thing, I'll show you all the little doodads about it, all the different strap things about it. Because the one thing I really like so far is that the straps are kind of, I can't even find the right strap. There it is. They got flex to them. They've got like kind of like a shot cord type material that lets them stretch. So however way I move, it stretches with me. It's very comfortable. So anyway guys, that's the introduction to the ribs packs. I'm going to be doing an overnight here tonight. War bonnet's in the shop. I was going to do a review on it tonight, but I didn't get it back in time. So I'll do that review next time I get out. But tonight it's going to be the Eno, no bug netting because I don't have a bug net for that, and the DIY tarp, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you real quick the new stakes I got. These are similar to the MSR groundhog stakes, but there's no name brand on these ones. You can get them in a couple different colors. I chose green because it's my favorite color, but they're the triangle shapes, and just like the groundhogs, they got the little tie just like the groundhogs, only these came from DIYgearsupply.com. And I believe they're somewhere around like 15 cents a piece. They're under $1.25 a piece, and I got 6 of them, but I'm going to use 2 of them back here, if I can get my camera situated, to stick my tarp out. And I'll probably do one somewhere in here. I'll come back and show you when I'm done, but I just wanted to show these new little tent stakes. I actually seen the MSR groundhogs at Dick's Sporting Goods, and they were 19 bucks for 6, and these were under 3 bucks for 6. So alright, hammock song, that's the Eno single nest, and I just took a piece of this line I got here, I forget the name of it, made a figure 8 with a loop, put it on that carabiner, brought it across, and what I did here was I tied a knot in the end of this cord here so that this prusik I made can't slip past the knot. And then I've got a little loop, or that's tied with a fisherman's knot onto this extra piece of cord, which has got another figure 8 on a bite, or figure 8 on a loop. And then to tighten or loosen this ridge line, I just moved this prusik back and forth. And the reason I put that on there is because I'm so used to having a ridge line in my war bonnet that I need to hang stuff off, like my headlight and stuff like that. So I just put that on. Plus it helps get the lay right every time. But the tarp is rigged. I'll go out a little way so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like rigged. We might be getting some rain tonight. In that case, I'll drop those tie outs that come down to the center tie outs in there, and I'll lower this guy down. The back ones, I showed you guys this new guy line last time, are taken down to some of those little triangle stakes that I showed you. Then I got some spare cord to use on the pullouts. Same thing over here with the stake. And then same ridge line as always. Same gouge lines, and this is just some paracord I had. And that's, I believe they call that one a trucker hitch. And then on all these little tie out tabs, those are all event hitches. So that's what I'm using to tie those up with. And I gotta get that guy off the ground. Here in a little bit, if I don't run out of daylight, I'm gonna grab my little ribs pack with all its goodies in it, and I'm gonna sneak over the hill down to the big creek, if there's even any water in it right now. Right down there, and see if I can't do a video on a fish trap, or kind of a fishing line, like a bank line, but it's the kind you can leave it there, and no matter what, as soon as the fish grabs the line, it's going to set the hook for you. So we'll do that here in a few too. I don't even know what time it is right now. So alright guys, what I have here is I've got a green branch coming down, has a spring coming down with a piece of orange cord to a trigger. Got my trigger stick here, got my two hook sticks here holding in a little stick going across them. The trigger stick comes behind around the bottom and then is held in place by friction between this stick here. Now on that trigger I also have a piece of monofilament line, which isn't quite long enough to reach the water, but you can see it right, the little bobber on it right there. You can also see the hook. Now this is meant for, obviously, fishing. You know, if you're out in the woods and you're kind of stuck or whatever, you can set up a bunch of these along the river or whatever you're at. Now there's no fish in this creek, but and then basically it's meant to, whenever the fish bites on it, it'll automatically set the hook with the spring. This also is the same trap I use for like snares. It's a spring trap, and it'll lift the animal off its front feet. It's basically the same exact trap, but without the piece of monofilament going down there. You would have your little prusik tied onto your line coming down here, and then that would be tied to your little piece of snare wire, which would lay across the trigger stick, and your bait would go in the middle. Then whenever something comes up to bite that, this noose snaps up around his neck. So we can go that way, or we can use it for a fishing use. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find that bobber here in my camera. There it is right there. And I'm going to go ahead and trip this guy and see what happens. Okay, you seen that guy fling? He's clear over there now. And that's just basically, you know, normally the animal would come up and he would touch this trigger stick and that would set it off. Where in this case, just a little bit of a pull on that little line there, that fishing hook, and that set it off, and it's just enough tension to set a hook in the fish mouth. So you can see how far it kind of popped. It popped about 3 or 4 feet, and so that's a good little trap. I thought that maybe somebody would find that useful. But like I said, you know, let's just say you're out in the woods and you got a million things to do, like, you know, just way out in the country and you want to catch some. Now, I don't know how legal this is, but you could throw this thing out there, throw about 4 or 5 of these out there, and then go up and set your snares using the same exact principle, or whatever kind of snare you wanted to use, or trap or deadfall or whatever. And this is working for you while you're working on something else. Same thing with bank line. I just, you know, I thought maybe this would be an interesting way to set the hook, as opposed to hoping the hook just sets. But you can see, watch that bobber. I'm going to pop this branch down a little bit and just watch that little. So you can see, you can tell what happens when the trap goes off. So anyway, guys, I'm going to clean this up and then I'm going to hike back up that hill right there to my camp, and we're going to camp out tonight. But this is just how I did it. I hooked, I played with it once and it didn't have enough tension, so I had to put a couple half hitches in it. But on this little hook, I've got the monofilament attached, which goes down to my bobber, which came out of this little guy here, which is my fishing kit. It's got split shot, it's got some swivels, a bunch of hooks, some lures, couple bobbers, mainly panfish lures, and then on the outside here, I don't know how much line that is, but it's 10-pound test, and I've got a ton of it. But like I said, there's no critters in this creek. It's not running enough, and there's not a good source of at the source. It's mainly just runoff. So anyway, guys, that is the, I don't know what you want to call it, fish snare or fish trap or fish spring trap, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of that. And
alright, y'all, I have no clue what time it is. It's still plenty dark out, so I'm still sure it's probably 1 or 2. Fire went out. It's got some coals in there left, but I'll get to stoke it in a minute because nature calls. I haven't had a problem staying warm. I stayed plenty warm. But it was a matter of getting comfortable in this hammock, because I think that if I had a double nest, I'd probably be more comfortable, because they're a lot wider from what I understand. I may have to try Captain Bart's and then see if that works for me. But with my blackbird going down, even if it was just a zipper, kind of made me start thinking about needing a backup hammock, and I want it to be comfortable, you know. This thing is so narrow that I can't really do anything as far as, I just saw a falling star. As far as, you know, how you kind of sleep asymmetrically with this big old sleeping bag and the underquilt under me, it kind of restricts me as far as that goes. I mean, alright, y'all, just woke up. I don't know what time it is, but I'm guessing probably 7:30. Because even though the sun's up, I can't see it yet. So I can't actually see the sun anywhere yet. still below the tree line. So, I tell you what, I've got all kinds of aches and pains this morning. My feet, for one. I don't think I've ever had a night in a hammock where my feet hurt. But my back's kind of sore too. This hammock is just, for me at least, it's just not comfortable. Now, like I said, the double nest might be better for me because I'm bigger. But this single nest just doesn't fit me for an overnighter. So, anyway. I think I have to be at work at 11, so I'll be up before too long. Packing everything up. That's one of the reasons I didn't bring a lot of stuff. It's basically my tarp, my hammock, my sleeping bag, and my underquilt, and that's it. I don't have an axe or I don't got my saw. And I can hear the wild turkeys clucking every once in a while over here to my right, back over that way. But I'm so happy the war bonnet's fixed and I'm gonna have it back soon. Especially before I'll have it before I have to go on this May bushcraft meet over at the professor's. It's gonna be a 3-day meet. 3 days. Should be a blast. There's supposed to be a whole bunch of people there. From Bushcraft USA. That should be fun. Yeah, I got lots of videos coming up on trips. I got the Bushcraft USA meet, and then Professor and I are gonna paddle down a local river, take 2 days and paddle down a local river, and to kind of help get us in the groove for Boundary Waters here coming up in July, and that should be a blast. I just noticed that it's kind of looking like rain over that way. That means I gotta get my stuff down before it rains. But hopefully you guys like the fish trap. I thought that'd make the video a little bit different than the rest of my solo campouts. I'm gonna keep trying to think of some new stuff I can do during the solo campouts that make each of them interesting, besides just sitting here rambling. But like I said, I got the Bushcraft USA meet, and that's a 3-day meet, and then I got the 2 days going down a local river, and then there's going to be a 4-wheeler thing out at the professor's place, and then we got the Boundary Waters. Actually, I've got so many trips that I actually turned some down because I got so many going on right now. Here, y'all. Everything's all packed up, and right there. And surprisingly, it only took me like 10 minutes to pack everything up, but we're kind of getting the threat of rain
over that way, so it's time to go anyway. But I have to be at work at 11, so gotta get out of here. I don't know what time it is. I'm guessing somewhere between 7 and 8. So I'm off, and be back another day. Hopefully with my war bonnet, because I know I've been complaining about it, but my back just don't feel good this morning. Feels like I was laying on a board all night. But like I said, I don't think it's the actual hammock's fault. I think it's just that I need a double nest as opposed to a single nest. Because I'm not exactly a small guy at 6'3". But I'm out of here, so I'll talk to you guys later. See you on the next round. Thanks for watching.